You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you got thousands of other cases around Mississippi like what you say you saw. Because that's throughout the whole entire Mississippi Delta, right?
I don't know. I was down there by Clarksdale.
Is that the southern part of Mississippi?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, southern part.
Yeah.
In the name of my ancestors, peace forever and always, and welcome to another edition of what I call the Reality's Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. I am the gatekeeper, the host of this program, wherever you may find me. I am known as the Mate Angel Snuff 7. I am also your soul brother, number one. Before we get started with the commentary for today, I want to start off with a caution that the video that I'm about to play is full of vulgarity, so parental discretion is advised. We are being, you need to put yourself on mute. We are simulcasting on Facebook as well. So let me shout out to my Facebook people. I have a lot of action on Facebook right now because of this Gayle King, Kobe Bryant remark and whatever. And there are those who have this position about issuing death threats to Gayle and all this other silly nonsense. Our priorities is all messed up. And I have a video response right here on this channel. Gayle King and Oprah ain't black people. So you check out that video, and that's my video response to that. And actually, this here is a video response commentary to this brother. And he's very angry that you and I, or many of us, we refuse to be or call ourselves African. So I want him to speak, and y'all listen to this video, and we're gonna come back. It's gonna take a little bit. I think it might be 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I forgot how much is left on this video. I want you to hear the whole commentary, and then we're gonna come back and speak about it. So on that note, let me go ahead and get this to going here.
And throw shade and just like, you know, and put a question of doubt in people's minds by saying that stupid show, she didn't show up for trial. She didn't, the girl didn't show up. Some other fucking bullshit. Why? It made no sense. It's fucking ridiculous. But, you know, like Snoop said and what his name, Bootsy was saying, this is what we do. This is how we do each other. It's because we have no real, I'm gonna get into it. You know I am. We have no fucking real togetherness. We have no real cohesiveness except the color of our skin and the tragedy of our fucking past of slavery. Other than that, we have no connection to each other, or very slight connection to each other. And again, we should be the most together motherfuckers on the planet. We should be together with an orthodoxy of togetherness. See, the whole fucking planet is against us. And we're against each other. That does not bode well for our fucking future. You see? And I was watching something. Something came to my mind. Let me say something to all you motherfuckers. I'm gonna call you that right now. Who want to deny your Africanness. Let me tell you one motherfucking thing. You can deny it all you want, nigga. Because if you're not African, you're a fucking nigga and you're a slave and you're already picking cotton. Fuck you. They'll return immediately we turn your fucking ass to nearest cotton patch. That's the basis of your being here. Is not your fucking black, it's your African. Not no indigenous, your ass. That shit was made, because this indigenous shit was made a couple of years ago to get around saying you're African. You got a whole fucking movement from the 50s and the 60s. Afrocentric movement of the greatest black scholars in the history of the fucking planet, who tell you and show you, prove to you. Doesn't matter about you, whatever you mix with. You're African. We're African, African American. There's a reason we call ourselves that. Malcolm said it. Dr. Clark said it. Dr. Ben. Everybody says it. You got some motherfucking Negroes up here talking, no, I ain't no African. You might as well be from the No, you might as well be from a cotton field in Mississippi, motherfucker. You couldn't get back there fast. I was watching something came to mind about Israel. Let me say this real quick before I go this fucking video out. And I was thinking about this ship that of European Jewish refugees that was that left out of France. And they left out of France with over 4,500 people on this fucking, well, I think it was more like 45,000 people. It was a bunch of motherfuckers on this boat. It was packed with Jews trying to escape because they didn't know if Hitler was going to come back in power or not in 47. They just went through the worst fucking trauma that Jews ever suffered in fucking Europe. And again, they had no desire to leave no fucking Europe. They didn't want to go to no fucking Israel. They didn't want to be in Palestine. They wanted to be where the fuck they were from. And they were from all over. It was just from France. Even though left out of France, these Jews from every fucking part of Europe. From France, from Germany, from England, from Czechoslovakia, from Poland, from Russia, and from all over the fucking place. But guess what? We always tell you about us. What do I always tell you about us? Where were they all together? All these different Jews from all over fucking Europe. Where were they coming together to do? What were they coming together to do? To get on a fucking boat. To get on a boat. So they could all be in the same fucking boat together. Just like we were in this image right here. Yeah. And we didn't want to be in this boat either. We didn't want to be together in this boat either. But we fucking were. And I'll tell your black ass again, we're in the same fucking boat now. Now you can play fucking nigga because your belly's full, you got a warm bed to sleep in, you got some clothes to wear, you got a roof over your fucking head, so it's easy to talk shit. But you just wait. Because them Jews, actually those Jews that went up in the boat, the ship was called the Exodus, by the way. And they were headed for Palestine. Yes, Palestine, somewhere they did not plan to or want to go. And I told you a story about Theodore Herzl back in the 1890s, who was pleading with the Jews to establish our homeland in Palestine. Because the Bible said, that, or the Torah said, that that's the God ordained for them to be. Now this is based on to me, it's a story of fiction. But based on that story, these European Jews, they weren't none of them were born in Palestine, none of them were born in Israel. None of their families came to Israel, born in Israel. No, never been nowhere near no fucking Israel. But the Bible said that was that's where they belonged. The Bible said, the fucking Bible and the Torah said this. And based on that, this is where they want to establish their homeland. In a place they consider to be ordained to them or part of their heritage, or part of whatever. This is where Jews once inhabited thousands of fucking years ago. Again, none of these European Jews have no family ever came out of no fucking Israel. Somewhere in the distant fucking past, thousands of years ago, there were Jews in Palestine that looked like them and that lived like them. And based on that, Mr. Herzl and a few other Jews established a small community. It wasn't very big in Palestine. But still was more, the place, of course, was more populated with Palestinians than they were Jews. And the Jews that were there were Arab Jews, which would look just like the Palestinians. Matter of fact, I show you some Jews there. You couldn't tell the Palestinians, some Jews. They were the original people that were there, the original Jews that was there before the European Jews showed up. And nobody with these fucking Jews, oh, we ain't from no motherfucking Israel. We ain't no Israeli. We from France. I'm French. We German. No, I ain't no damn Israeli. I ain't from no Israel. Nobody's saying that fucking stupid shit. Because this gave them a focus point. This gave them a place for them where they all were connected. This place of Israel connected them through their fucking faith in the Torah and what they believed in. It gave them a focus point. No matter where they were from, they could come together and be one in this fucking place. That none of them have a history, their family don't come from that shit by no stretch of imagination. The fucking European Jews built no fucking Palestine. But they came together and created a motherfucking state of Israel that's now a fucking world power. And here's a fucking monkey, a cursed gorilla. Says like he ain't no African. We ain't no Africans. We don't want to like African full of fucking people just waiting for our talents, waiting for our skills, and waiting for us to come in and join with them. We can go do some work in Africa. But when you come to this fucking, oh, they don't like us. How come they come and get stupid shit that keeps us divided? That says your black ass has not picked enough cotton. Fuck you. You have not picked enough cotton. Kiss my fucking ass. They let your black ass go too soon. You can't see this. Yes, Africa. You're African. And you don't want to be. But ask the motherfucking Jews of Israel. The ones that they had no desire to go to no fucking Palestine. Some of them. A lot of them didn't have no desire to go. But they knew at the end of the day, this was their only last hope. And they were forced out of Israel. They were forced out of Europe. They didn't volunteer to leave. They didn't volunteer. They were forced out eventually. But then they got it. It clicked. They came together everywhere. They couldn't even speak the same languages. Some spoke Russian. Some spoke French. Some spoke Czech, other languages. But they came together. They had the ability to come together and make that one, make and become one Israeli. They had the same language, had the same spiritual beliefs, had the same moral, whatever the fuck else. And now they're world power. But of course, the fucking cursed by God monkey can't do shit. That'd be better off picking. So when I hear what black people? What fucking black people? That's nigga bullshit. That's nigga shit. No, come together, motherfucker. It's about coming together and rearranging your whole motherfucking way of living, thinking, acting. Fuck that nigga. You want to be played, nigga? Your ass will be picked. Let's go for Snoop Dogg, Boosie, or the fuck else. What do you produce, motherfucker? Not what you consume. What do you produce? And the answer's not a fucking thing. You're a total complete consumer. Or another motherfucker who hates your fucking guts produces. And they getting tired of you. Or they getting tired, black motherfucker. There's over 1,300 neo-Nazi white supremacist groups out here right now. They're very small right now. Believe me, that motherfucking numbers are going to grow. And you're going to find your black ass in a worse position. Because again, them Jews that left out Europe, they were white. They were white. You're not. Monkey, chimpanzee-looking motherfucker. And so we'll sit there. Yeah, Gail King was wrong. She should never did that shit. I agree 100%. But this black, you know, when you get ready, you want to cry that shit. When it serves your purpose, you want to cry that black shit. That's not how it goes. Get up or lay down and stay the fuck down. That's what I'm saying. And so this is what I want to say in you know, reference to this whole thing of people being upset with Gail King, which they should be. She was wrong as fucking saying that. She had no need to go and dress up that man's child and then retry the fucking case in the media by saying, oh, he should have, the girl didn't show, oh, that's why, oh, yo, the reason he got because she didn't come to court. That's the reason he didn't, you know, that's the reason he didn't get locked the fuck up and go to jail because she didn't come to court. This basically what the fuck she was saying. But this is where we are. This is where we're all over the fucking place. And can't afford to be. Can't afford in the slightest fucking least. But no, it's not about talking. I told you, the nigga. No, it's not about talking. It's, you know, it's not about hearing, not about seeing with a nigga. Nigga got to feel something. Got to feel it. Not see it, not hear it. Got to feel it. Up, down the back of your motherfucking nappy hard head. Then maybe only then you'll get the fucking picture in the message. Or where you are for real. And not in fucking fantasy. And so, I mean, there's more I can say about this whole situation, Gail King and, you know, Bootsy and Snoop Dogg going on there because she's attacking black men. You know, again, these motherfuckers don't give a fuck about nothing but some bullshit. Neither one of them niggas. Black man, everybody going to your own people. The Listen, man, there's a cotton field. You can talk that same shit when you pick and get my fucking cotton off the ground. Fuck you. So anyway, I mean, again, there's more I can say, but I think I'm doing that's it for me. Take a video. Thanks for your time. Take it easy.
Whoa.
Okay, was that the Prophet of Doom?
Yeah, that's the Prophet of Doom.
Okay.
Yeah, Prophet of
The Prophet of Doom.
Okay. All right. yeah, that's the prophet of doom. He giving it to us cold and raw. Brother, keeping it real. Calling you a monkey and a gorilla. Because you said that you're not an African. You said that you're not African. You're a monkey and a gorilla. You a slave, go back to the plantation. Wow. That's really inspiring. Really makes me want to be an African. I guess my name, I'll change my name to Kuta Kinte tomorrow. That was very inspiring, you know. That's very inspirational to make people want to be Africans. Yeah, I see. I see what the deal is. Okay. I hope that you was not what's the word? Felt disrespected or offended. That's the word I'm looking for. Because I wanted to play that clip from this brother. It's in relation to the title of our topic today. Anger of the NOS African. You're making a lot of noises there, bro. You need to mute your...
My bad, brother.
Yeah, anger of the NOS African, not otherwise specified. Now, we want to be fair, and we want to be non-judgmental. And you heard what this brother had to say out of his own mouth. I did not have to come here and paraphrase anything, so you heard that. And some of you may agree with his words 1000%. And for me, that's perfectly fine. Now for him, for you to agree with me, might be a whole different story. Matter of fact, if you agree with me, this is what you're going to get. You're a monkey, and you're a gorilla, and you need to be a slave, and all this other stuff because you refuse to be an African. Whatever that is. They never say what that is. Because an African, Africa is a continent. Africa, you disturbing me, bruh. The thing's supposed to be on mute.
No, I was trying to talk. Go ahead, brother.
Well, right now, I'm doing the talking, okay? I'm doing the talking. That throws you off. Because I want to make my point, and I hand the floor to you, and I let you speak and say, just hold your horses. I know it's exciting and everything. Just hold your horses. We'll get to it. I just want to make my points and get the hell out of Dodge. I just thought that it was important to bring this up because we do know that there's a certain group of folks familiar with this ministry that used to be here. They're very angry because you don't want to call yourself an African. And so I just want to point out They're not the only one. It's a whole lot of folks. If you don't call yourself an African, they get very, very upset. If you don't embrace Pan-Africanism, they get very, very upset. And guess what? I don't give a damn. I hear what you're saying. I was there where you was at. I graduated. You still want to stay in kindergarten. You still want to continue to hold on to the error in your belief system. That's your business. It's perfectly fine with me. But like I told them, you're not going to bully nobody because you get angry, because you have a temper tantrum, like you heard this brother do. He's all angry. He's all upset. You are African and hollering and screaming and all of that's not going to change nobody. First of all, you don't have no power. You don't have no influence to do a damn thing to nobody. And even if you did, like I told him, either you're going to kill me or I'm going to kill you because you're not going to force a damn thing on me. You don't tell me who and what I am. That's good enough for you. That's your understanding. It's not mine. I know what you're talking about. You're not saying nothing I have not heard or believed myself at one time or another. I'm not interested. You do your thing. You don't force your belief on others. It's the same thing with religion. That's why they always tell you, you don't believe you're African? Why I gotta believe? Why I don't know? There's a reason. Because it's made up. It's not real, just like religion. It's something that you believe. Let's hit on a few of these points that the brother made. Now, he says, and I want to send a shout out to my Facebook. What's up, Facebook? What's happening? Shout out to Facebook. I want to thank YouTube and Facebook for giving us this opportunity to talk today. Shout out to Brother Gary, who is on my Facebook. And one of the first points that the brother mentioned was, and I want to remind you, I'm not Aboriginal. That's not what I stand upon here. I stand upon, we are soul brothers and sisters. That's a label, that's a description that my ancestors that I know. I don't know about no African. I don't know about no Aboriginal. I know about the people that I lived in with growing up, and I saw what they was doing. Now that I'm older, when I was a child, I had no idea, couldn't see exactly what was going on. But as an older person, looking back, I could see what they was doing. Our people was expressing their own uniqueness. A grapefruit is a mix between a lemon and an orange. That's part of its DNA. So if you do a DNA on a grapefruit, you will find orange, you will find a lemon. And sometimes, nowadays, you might even find another citrus fruit, maybe a tangerine, maybe. Who knows? They always messing with stuff. But a grapefruit is a grapefruit. It's not a lemon. It's not an orange. It's not a tangerine. It's a grapefruit. It's unique in its own self. This is what my position is. I'm not saying that that's not part of your ancestry because you had to come from somewhere. What I'm saying here is that we are a mixture of the people from that continent, the islands, the natives that was already here, and even Europeans. This is why the so-called Negro in America, you cannot pick a black woman, a soul sister, you cannot pick a soul brother and say, this is what we look like. Because you can't even get the color right. The so-called Negro, our the way we look, physical look, from the lightest of the light to the darkest of the dark, kinky hair, semi-straight hair, big noses, thin noses, fat, short, tall. That's just how we are. Some of us can pass for African. Some of us can pass for coming from the island. Some of us can pass, even look like a white man. That's what we are. We're unique in ourselves. So how can I be an African when I have all these other attributes and characteristics that Africans don't have? If I'm an African, tell me which, be specific and tell me and show us an African tribe that has light-skinned folks, dark-skinned folks, kinky hair, thin noses, big noses, thin lips, have the same characteristics we have. Go ahead in the chat room. Where the chat room at? I want you to put in the chat room. Show us the African people on the continent that's like us. There are none. There are nobody on that continent like us because we're not them. We're not native. We're not aboriginal. We're not them. We're our own unique people that was created by chattel slavery over hundreds of years. Intense interbreeding, rape, the breeding farms, that what created us. Now this brother, he's about the same age I am. And he says this aboriginal native thing is new. I don't know what country you lived in. And I'm not going to call you a liar, but for me, I heard it all my life. I heard brothers and sisters, whether it was in the Midwest, up north, down south, I heard brothers and sisters always say that they are native. Their people told them that they are Native Americans, Aboriginal. I heard this all my life. But you know, you ignore what they're talking about and you have the same mindset as these people. Oh, they just don't want to be Africans. Because that's what's pushed down your throat. So you have, now why, see, this is the question. Why would our people, your grandmothers and grandfathers, why would they pass down these lies? What's the benefit? Because Native Americans ain't doing good either. So what is the benefit of them passing down these lies that you are a Cherokee or you are a Sioux or you're Dakota or whatever tribe that your people come from? Now, there are some brothers and sisters. Their family actually maintain a certain amount of records, and with no doubt. So you cannot tell them they Africans, because with no doubt, they got the paperwork and they can prove they are native. And you're going to call them a lie. Or you're going to say, well, you know, the Africans migrated. They was here. I don't care where they migrated from. I was born in Mississippi. And as a child, moved to Illinois. And then I have children. Now, I was born in Mississippi. Now, if I have children in Illinois, are my children Illinoisans or are they Mississippians? Because that's where I come from. It don't make no difference where you come from. Wherever you leave from, wherever you go on this planet, you are no longer of that. That's your past, that's your ancestry, but you are no longer that. These people are trying to make you into something that you have nothing to do with. I ask my grand nieces and nephews right now, let's go to Mississippi where all of us came from and visit. They don't even want to visit. They don't care. They care about Illinois. They care about Chicago. They care about wherever they are now. They don't care about Mississippi. And most people from Mississippi don't give a damn about Mississippi. They don't live there no more. Don't have nothing to do with it no more. I was born in Mississippi. and I went to my birthplace and I feel nothing. I remember a little bit, but I don't feel nothing. That's not me anymore. You try and they want you to go back to somewhere where you never been. Now, I've been to Mississippi. I was born there. I don't feel a connection anymore. It's been 20, 30, 35 years since I've been living in Mississippi. But I was born there. Now, what are you going to tell somebody? What do it look like telling my nieces and nephews, you know y'all Mississippians? They look at you like you crazy. They don't know nothing about it. And there's a different lifestyle. People in Mississippi, their whole lifestyle and the way they do things and what they eat and how they carry themselves is different from people in the Midwest. People on the East Coast is different. How they live and talk is different on the East Coast than it is in the South. And in California, have different lifestyle because you're in different environments. Here you are. The only thing you ever know in your life is living here in America. We've been here for generations, going on 500 years, and these sapsuckers, these disrespectful bozos, want to try to force you and tell you that you some damn African, that you don't know nothing about. My position, we are a new people, and we're not Aboriginal, but we are Native Americans because we was actually created here through chattel slavery. And we do carry in our blood the African and the Aboriginal and the European. That's why we can look like any of them. That's why I can look like an African. That's why a sister can look like a white woman. And some of us don't look like no people at all. Like, what are you? Because that's just how, that's in our DNA makeup. We're not those things. And see, this is what they just want to ignore, like you pure. If you get a cup of coffee and it's black, that means it's pure. When you put cream in it, of course you dilute it. It's still coffee, but it's not the same no more. And you can't, if you put cream in coffee, you can't even sell it as coffee no more. Maybe some hot chocolate or something. It's not coffee no more once you diluted it. Whatever our ancestors was because of chattel slavery, we're no longer that anymore. We're not that no more. We're diluted. You cannot call us an African. You cannot call us somebody from the islands. You cannot call us European. We are exactly as Frederick Douglass said during his time, and he recognized this. We are an admixture people, unique in our own selves, created by chattel slavery. That's what we are. Whether you like it or not, I don't care. You can hoop and holler and have tantrums and all that. You can, well, Malcolm said, and the white man said, we Africans, well, we're going to talk about that. I want to deal with these points real quick. Not going to keep us long. Because this man, this brother said, he never heard us call ourselves Aboriginal or natives before. I don't know where he's been. I know I have. And if you do your research, and somebody actually was trying to prove to me that we're Africans, and actually they was making my point. There was a post on Facebook, and I'm pretty sure we can look it up, about the boxer Joe Louis. Joe Louis, the boxer. And somebody was writing an article about Joe Louis, the boxer, in 1936. That's about 70-some years ago, 1936. And they was describing Joe Louis, the boxer, who is supposed to be an African American. They described Joe Louis' family tree. They did say African, never, no specific African, they just said African. But they also said that he had Native American in his family. That's also a NOS, not otherwise specified. But this just proves my point that Joe Louis was still not an African American. He still had Native on his side. He still was a mix. So you cannot be an African and you mix with Native, and you cannot be a Native if you got African. And you cannot be a European if you got African and Native blood running through your veins. This goes to show you, and it supports what Frederick Douglass said and what I'm telling us right now. That's what it supports. And this is 1936, so it's not new. The white man told us that. Matter of fact, who told you he was an African? Because for hundreds of years, you was denied religion. For hundreds of years, you was denied the right to read and write. So who told you was African? Your enemy did. And see, it would be a benefit for the enemy to tell you or tell us that we're African, so that we would be looking towards Africa instead of trying to claim what's right underneath our feet. So you foaming at the mouth for a continent and you have no say-so over there. Ain't nobody offering you nothing. Nobody gonna ever offer you nothing unless you got something to give them. Look, I said in a video that I made about Pan-Africans really don't love Mother Africa. If you are in a family and your family members begin to pass away, if they have anything, you become an heir. You inherit things. So tell me, Africa, tell me, Pan-African, tell me, all of you Black First RBG Nation, where is your inheritance at? What country what nation, what people on the continent giving you your inheritance? Ain't nobody offering you nothing. So a person further goes and tells me about the first Black man that died in the Revolutionary War. Well, actually, he was actually the first person that was reported. This brother called Crispus Attucks. Crispus Attucks also had the same background. Half part African, part Native. And see, we just ignore that they was mixed. Oh, he's just an African. No, you're not African. You're not an African. You're not an African, and you're not a Native either. And the white man understood this. This is why he called the new people that was created out of slavery the Negro. Now, that wasn't the first time that the racists used that name, Negro. That wasn't the first time. Because if you do your research, then you will see that the racists called the native people here, who was not the red man. If you go do your research and look at all the early paintings that the Europeans explorers and how they described the natives, they did not call these people the red man. They described them as very dark people like Africans. Matter of fact, that's what they called them. They called them Africans. And they called them colored people, and they also called them Negro. Does that sound like somebody we know? Somebody? Who else is called African? Who else is called Negro? Who else is called colored? When you understand how the so-called Negro was created, then you know that we're not an African and we're not an Aboriginal, and you damn sure not a European, but because of rape over hundreds of years, you know that we carry that in our blood. And the sad thing about it is these bogus DNA tests, even these bogus DNA tests, testify to what we're saying here right now, that you are a mix of stuff. You are a collage of DNA stuff. You're not African. You're not Aboriginal. You are who you are. You're just like that grapefruit. And you act like you're ashamed. What you shame? See this? What you shame about? People love grapefruit. People love. That's one of the fruit they love for breakfast. Is a grapefruit, and you put that little cherry on it. People love cream in their coffee. What you shame of? Oh, I know what it is, because we've been told all these fairy tale ass stories about ancient Egypt. They black people. There was no black people until the white man created the concept of black. There was no black people. Nobody was running around here talking about we the black people. And why, if you're the only person running around, why would you emphasize black? Only races emphasize skin color. Why would Egyptians focus on black? Why would Ethiopians or other people focus on their skin color? There's no need for it. The only one who focuses on skin color is racist. That's the only one who focuses on skin color. There's no need to focus on skin color. Why I got to put a lot of emphasis on, well, the black and the melanin and all. That didn't start happening until you start having to deal with racism. That's when that started. There's no need for Egyptians and other people of color, melanated people, to focus on skin color. There's no reason for that. You don't understand your creation. If you love chocolate ice cream, you do not want a little bit of vanilla on the side. You want people who love chocolate ice cream, they can tell, they say, hey, wait a minute. Did you use the same scoop for vanilla for my chocolate ice cream? Yeah, we use the same. No. You done messed up my chocolate ice cream. People who really love people buy purebred dogs. When you buy a purebred dog, the first thing somebody asks you, I want to see the papers. That's what they want to see. If we had papers on us, it's not going to say African. So we would be rejected. You're not no African. You're not an African nothing. Because you're not pure. You're 30% of that, 20% of this, 10% of that, 15% of that. That's not pure. And there's nothing wrong with that. Me personally, if I got a dog, I like mutts better than purebred dogs. Because mutts, you don't know what you're going to get because you got a DNA mix of different breeds. I don't like purebred dogs. Never have. I always like mutts. You're not purebred. So your whole argument falls apart because it's based on purity and you're not pure. You're not pure. Well, I heard somebody say, if you're 50% African, that makes you African. You are 50%. No, you're 100% lie. If you believe your own lie, then you go to the gas station and fill your gas tank halfway full, then put the rest water and see what happened to your car. According to your logic, the gas is still pure. That's according to your logic, not mine, according to your logic. Because you said, as long as you're 50%, you still can call yourself an African or Aboriginal. Well, then put 50% gas in your car and then put the rest water. And let's see what happens. You are 100% lie. You're delusional. Y'all don't want to deal with the reality of things because you believe your massa. Massa told that you was African. There's no African person that came to us and told us, you know, y'all was kidnapped from us and blah, blah, blah. The white man, the person that y'all said is liars and deceivers, He's the one that taught us that we was African. Now, coming from our own people, they're telling us, you know, you got Native American. We're Native Americans. You know, we got Native American in our family. You call your own people liars, and you believe a white man. All these pro-black, blackity-black folks. See, some things the white man tell the truth, I guess, and then you want to call your, and remember, these people are your ancestors too. So your ancestors are telling your, spreading lies to their future children. You're Native American. What's special about it? What they gonna get out of it? There's no reason for them. There was no benefit for them to tell their family members that. Also, I want to say to those who are Aboriginal, you're still in the same spot because you're not going to be here for hundreds and hundreds of years and your family comes out clean. Matter of fact, I even heard some of them say that, but they still claim Native American, but you're not. Because in order to be a Native American or Aboriginal, it's the same criteria to be an African. You got to be at least 80% down. And even at 80%, you're still not pure. Put 80% worth of gas in your car, then the rest 20%, and let's see what happens. It's the same. That's y'all logic. Your car is not going to work. But see, you're treating this whole identity thing like y'all treat religion. The way you believe in Jesus, the way you believe in Allah, and blah, blah, blah. This is the way you treat this identity. But like a brother always tell me, it is what it is. I'm perfectly happy in my skin. You are the one that's filled with self-hatred. Because you want to become part and want to be somebody that you never was. And because of this hatred that you have, and you want to run around and talk about Gayle King, she's divisive. Who is more divisive than Pan-Africans? Who is more divisive? The same people that's talking all this, your African stuff, who are they united with? Where's that Jeopardy music? Dun, dun, dun. Who are they? This brother that's doing the talking. He's not united and don't socialize with nobody. He don't socialize with the other Africans. How you gonna be an African and don't socialize with no Africans? He's always talking about we need black unity. Who have you tried to unify? I tried to unify with the brother because we think the same to a certain point. Well, because of what somebody else did, I don't try to socialize with. That's what somebody else done. And as long as you're alive, you're gonna always deal with people. And then next thing you know, y'all can't get along. You go your way. That's gonna always happen because we different. And some people they got problems. That's just how it is. How are you going to unify with people and you don't practice it yourself? That makes you a hypocrite. How are you going to unify and you're not taking no? That's just like, I need a job, but you don't put any job applications in. How are you going to get a job and you don't do nothing to get the job? You talk about we need unity, but you're not doing anything to get the unity because in reality, you're a perfectly happy, comfortable Negro slave. The same way that you call and make mockery of others, you are the same way. But you self-righteous and think that you're better. But anybody looking at you can clearly see that you're not no better. You're a self-righteous hypocrite. Gayle King is divisive. Look at what your hate do. You actually are angry and upset with people because they don't believe what you. If you want to be an African, more power to you. You never hear me get angry and upset because people disagree with what I say. I would defend my opinion. I would defend my platform, but I'm not upset. You perfect. If you want to be a billy goat and eat grass, that's your business. Matter of fact, I would direct you to where you can get the best grass There you go. Go over there. That's fresh grass over there. I will help you to be a billy goat. That's what you want to be. I don't care about what you want. If there's whatever people want to be, that's according to their comprehension, what they think. You're not on my level. That's why you don't understand. You don't want to accept the reality of things, accept the truth. That's why you can't get with me, because I accept things just for what they are. You tell the same story, but you leave out key elements because if you embrace those key elements, it messes up your narrative. Because your narrative is you some kind of African, that you're Aboriginal, and you're not. If you think it's butter, it may be chiffon. And this is another thing about these I'm talking about Aboriginal and these Pan-African folks. They want you and me to be some kind of African, but when you look at them every day, what do they look like? They look like the common, everyday Negro. Did you hear how nasty and vulgar and hateful and arrogant this man was on this video? Did he sound like some kind of African to you? He don't eat no African food. Here in this area where I live, people from the continent set up shops. I went in and they have different kinds of vegetables. They love goat. They love sheep. That's the kind of meats. They're not into hamburgers and Popeye's chicken sandwiches and stuff like that. They don't do that. That's you, the Negro, the African American. That's what you do. But Africans don't do that way. So they set up their own stores and they import the food that they're used to eating from the continent. I can guarantee you, this man and all these people that's talking all this African stuff, they eat no African food. They don't even wear African clothes. They definitely don't speak no languages. But they want you and me, I'm an African. Look, if I'm gonna be an African, I'm gonna be specific. I am not, and I refuse to be an NOS African. Pick one and let's do it then. Pick one and let's be that. I'm not going to be a hashtag NOS African. Who you want to be? Now, right off the tip, because I like that movie Shaka Zulu, I wouldn't mind being a Zulu. And if I was serious about it, I would begin to learn the Zulu language. I would import their clothes. I would learn what kind of foods that they eat. And I don't have any children, but if I had children, I would send my children to live with Zulus, to be a Zulu, because I'm a Zulu. You don't see them doing that. Their children going to the public schools, learning how to be a Negro, that's because that's what they are. You know it, I know it. Let's stop playing games. Do I have the word stupid on my forehead? I don't. Erased it long time ago. I'm not an African. And you can't prove I'm an African. Since you know so much about me and I'm an African, what is my grandmother's name? And what's her mother's name? And her mother, since you know so much about me, I'm an African, well, you prove it. Break it down to me. You can't. You get a few pieces of information and then you run with it. You have no respect for others. You think that you can bully folks because you get angry. Oh, you are African. You heard how the brother talked. He called us monkeys and gorillas. Who else called us monkeys and gorillas? Can you guess? Who else? Now, here's a person that loved Africa so much. Who called Africans monkeys and gorillas? And here he is on videotape, out of his mouth, telling he loved Africa so much, he's calling Africans monkeys and gorillas. I told you, this pro-black mindset is nothing but chocolate-covered racism. These people are racist. Racist wannabes. They don't have the power, they don't have the influence, but they have the same mindset as racists do. Then he goes on to say that Malcolm X said we was African. John Henry Clark and Dr. Ben and Ivan Sertima and the white man, everybody said that we are African. Guess what, sir? Yeah, everybody is wrong. Everybody is in error. There's a statement that Minister Farrakhan used to say all the time, that a person can only act upon what is in the what is within the circumference of their knowledge. You cannot talk about what you don't know. When you go to trial, when you go to court, the jury can only make a decision upon what they know and what they understand. What they know and what they understand. That's what they make their decision on. If they don't have the right understanding of what's going on, if they was not given the right information, then their judgment is going to be off. So next thing you know, you are off to death row because the jury did not understand the information and they did not get the correct information, so they made a wrong decision, and it's going to cost somebody their life. Malcolm didn't know what we know in 2020. Nobody challenged John Henry Clark and all these scholars before they died. I tried to. And then they have representatives, people who think they are the clone or they are students of John Henry Clark. Bring it here. I want you to come here and prove to this audience that we are Africans or Aboriginal or whatever you are. Show us our connection to these people and be specific. No more hashtag not otherwise specified African. You're going to specify, since you claim that you know. Like when I tell my grandnieces and grandnephews about us, I can tell them I'm from the state of Mississippi and I'm from this town and blah, blah, blah. I can be specific. And that's the same way, since you claim that you know, that's the same way that you need to be. Specific, but you can't be specific. So the only thing you're going to do is say, I'm an Aboriginal. Aboriginal what? I'm an African. Now, there are those who have kept up in their family. They can go back a little while. I applaud you. The majority of the so-called Negroes in America can't do that. They cannot do that. So just because your family was able to keep up with their lineage a little bit, you're looking at 40 million plus in this country. It don't fit. It's not the same thing. And when you really look at your own self, like I said, how are you going to be living in America going on 500 years and your family not mixed up? How is that possible? The problem here is, just like religion, in 2020, religion and these black conscious teachings, see, a lot of this stuff back in the day, it was just taken on face value. Oh, that's good information. And we wanted to feel good about ourselves because they told you that you related to ancient Egypt and y'all, we built the pyramids and we gods and goddesses. We ate that up because we're nothing but Negroes. We're trash in this country. So when somebody come to you and tell you, you got this background, you just accepted it. You didn't really question it. But now, the good times is over. Now, we have grown up, mature. You don't need fairy tales no more. You know how you go to a child and they lose a race, and you go to the child, well, you know, it'll be better next time. Your uncle Gary, he was a great runner. You know, oh yeah, yes, yeah. We come from a long line of runners. Your Uncle Gary is an Olympic athlete, and Domino. I'm talking to your brother Gary, and your cousin Domino. You know, he was in the Olympics, and you know, you try to say things to the child. Yeah, I'm gonna try again next year. That's my boy. See, that's what happened to us. That's what happened to us. Then you come to learn that Gary is just a close friend and Domino is a dog. But you do that to try to inspire the child. And that's all that happened to us in this journey. So I don't fault Dr. Clark or Dr. Ben. Matter of fact, I never heard them even teach. That's us. Because it's not us. They just wanted to show that black people did, you know, dark-skinned, melanated people did certain things great in the world. That's the only thing they wanted to show and prove. And we have dark skin. Don't be ashamed of it. But that's over. I don't need kindergarten stories no more. And so the brother continues to say, you don't want to embrace Africa, that you are African. You need to go right back to the plantation and pick cotton. He continues to sound like a slave master. Because this is where he really getting it all from. He sound like a racist. He called you a monkey and a gorilla. And he wished, because you don't want to be an African, he hoped that you go back to the plantation and pick cotton. Who did that sound like? Let's make America great again. When America was great, what was we doing as a people? They was calling us monkeys and gorilla right in our face, and chances are we was picking some cotton. And here's a man that talk about he loves and cares and wants you to be an African, and he call you a monkey and a gorilla and hope that you go back to the plantation and pick cotton. Because he mad because you don't want to be some African. But see, he talk about go back to the plantation. My question is, when did we leave the plantation? I don't remember us leaving. Because we still live with massa. The only thing we did was go out the plantation and come into the main plantation, because we still here with massa. We still depend on massa for food, clothing, and shelter. Nothing changed. We still speak English. We're not doing nothing African. We're not doing nothing Aboriginal. We are slaves. And everything about our existence benefit white folks. It don't benefit our communities. It don't benefit us. So this man talking about go back to the plantation. When did you leave? You are underpaid. You are unjustly incarcerated. When did we get off the plantation? We never left the plantation. So how can you go back to somewhere where you never left anyway? The only thing happened was we got some privileges. Like when I was locked up, in the prison, they give you privileges. Now, if you're a good prisoner, if you're a good mental patient, you can earn privileges. And they'll give you a pass, like they used to do in slavery. They'll give you a pass and allow you to run around unsupervised. Same stuff. So when did we leave the plantation? We never left. And maybe that's your problem. Because you think for some reason that you free. You ain't never been free. We ain't never been free. The only thing you did was go into like when you in prison and you locked up in your cell, they let you out your cell so now that you can go out into the yard. You still in prison. The only thing they did was allow you to go into a bigger area. You still in prison. I'm almost done with my commentary here. Just be patient a little bit with me here, because I want to go ahead and get through this. And we go on and enjoy our Sunday. He uses the Jews for an example. You cannot use the Jews. And folks always doing that with us. Well, look what the Chinese people do. Look what the Africans do. Look what the Japanese, the Asians, the Mexicans. They always using somebody else to compare to us. Did they suffer over 400 years of brutality? Was they raped for 400 years? Was they destroyed the way we have been done? Your humanity was destroyed, because you cannot make a slave out of a human being. You got to destroy their humanity, because as long as they feel that they are human, they're going to fight you. You have to, in order to make somebody a slave, you got to destroy their humanity. Even a wild animal, you have to destroy, you have to break their resistance down in order to make a pet out of them. Because as long as they got that, have that feeling of freedom, as long as they have that urge to fight, you can't make a slave out of them. And see, with us, with us, we really never had that urge to fight, because we was born slaves. We never have been free. We was born into this. That's why you don't see us really fighting the way that we need to, because we don't even really know what we're fighting for. We talk about, I want to be free. I want to, yeah, but see, it sounds good, but you really don't know what you really don't know what freedom is, because you never had. All our lives, white folks have been in charge. Like King Noble said, that's a fact. You do not know nothing. You've never been independent from races. Never. Not one day in your life. Never. You speak their language, eat their food, you in their culture, you do their thing. You don't know nothing about being an African. You don't know nothing about being Aboriginal. And then when you think about African and Aboriginal, you're thinking about how the people used to live way back in the day. This is 2020. We keep trying to go back into a past that's extinct, that no longer exists. And that makes us look more crazy. That's what they used to do way back then. Now, some of us, if that's the way you want to live, do it. Because I mean, the Amish live the way they used to live for, back prior to the industrial age. That's how the Amish people live. If that's how you want to do, then do that. But out here in modern Western society, you look crazy. The Hebrew Israelites on the corner, looking like sheep herders. You dressing up like like Kuta Kinte or something. You run around here with eagle feathers out here in the public, like you look crazy. People look at you like, is it Halloween? It's out of place in this society. I'm not telling you something wrong with it. I'm telling you, in this society, it's just out of place. Because that time is over. That's just like white folks running around here dressing like Abraham Lincoln or George Washington. That's over with. That's done. You cannot compare Jews to us. Because another thing, first of all, Jews are native to Europe. They're not native to no Palestine or whatever. They know it, you know it. We all know this. They don't need to go home to no Israel. Israel never existed until 1948. and America and Britain and maybe some other European nations, they got together and created the state of Israel for these European Jews. And they are not all mixed up like we are. See, that's your problem. How are you going to use them as an example? They're not mixed up like we are. They don't have an identity crisis like we do. You and I have an identity crisis. They don't. So since they don't have an identity crisis, made it much easier for them to be able to do what they do, or anybody else, because they don't have an identity crisis. You have an identity crisis because you don't know whether you are African or Aboriginal or Hebrew Israelite or more, and the list goes on and on. You get more crazy every day. Hey, what's up there, Ron and Legend? What is Africa? What is Africa doing for us? What did it do for us when our people was slaves for 400 years? What did Africa do for you, us, during Jim Crow and the Black Codes? You so foaming at the mouth for Africa. What is this Africa doing? So what if you are related? It's just like if my mother was a millionaire and I only have $2.50. Just because I'm related, if my mother isn't going to share her wealth with me, so what? We related. Oh, well, man, your mama is a millionaire. Right, my mama is a millionaire. I only have $2.50. It don't mean nothing. It don't make no difference what Africa got, all their resources or whatever. They're not sharing a damn thing with you. They're not offering you nothing. What are you foaming at the mouth? It's fantasy, delusions. You have a warped sense of reality. You are on your own. You're your own unique people. You need to look out for yourself. Now, there are those who benefit from Africa. The Chinese benefit, and Europeans benefit, and other folks who got some money that can go in there and take advantage of these dumbass folks on the continent. Yeah, I said it. They some dumbass people. Do you know why they dumbasses? Because they just like you. Maybe you are African, because Africans is stupid. Here you are, supposed to be on the richest continent on the planet, and y'all so stupid that you can't get together and take advantage of your resources to make life better for yourself. You got a bunch of corrupt ass presidents and ministers, government officials that's hogging all the little wealth that they can get for their own personal family, and the Africans on their continent, many of them are starving to death and suffering, and they don't have to suffer. And they become economic slaves to the Chinese and the Europeans. And here you are. What are you going to do with Africa? You don't have nothing to offer Africa. Nothing. You are in no position to do nothing. The brother that made this video, what you going to do? What can you do for Africa? What kind of skills you got? What you going to do? The only way that continent will embrace us if we get power, if we get influence. That's the only way. They don't care about you being related. So what? We related. I don't give a damn. So what? I can do bad by myself. What are you going to bring to my Africa? See, Ghana did not mind embracing the Negro, because those Negroes brought a whole lot of money to the Ghanaian economy. They saved almost $2 billion. They don't want to talk to you unless you got some money. They don't give a damn about because we related. Most of your relatives don't want nothing to do with you. But if you show them that you got some money, here they come. Hey, man, I'm your uncle. Uncle Bud, remember me, man? When you was a little boy? Well, I ain't talk to you, Uncle Bud. Hey, yeah, I know that bad. My bad. Yeah, I heard you hit the lottery, my man. See? And that's all Africa. Africa's the same way. Don't give a damn because you got black skin, you are African. They're going to treat your happy ass the same way. What you got? What you going to give me? And that's the reality of it. There is no love. If you want love, find it among your own. Love yourself first. Love your own uniqueness. Stop trying to be like these fools and these retards, these warmongers, these pedophile ass folks, these crazy ass people. Here you are, you unique. Nobody can make a claim. Well, those Negroes in America, they raped my country. They did this to us. And we haven't done nothing to nobody except we was guided by the hands of our slave master. You're not a slave no more. And be yourself. There's nothing wrong with being you. Matter of fact, during the time of soul power, which a lot of these people laugh at, I remember growing up, so many people, they wanted to be like us. I want to be a soul brother. Can I be a soul sister? You don't hear these people run around here talking, can I be an African? Can I be a Hebrew Israelite? And all that. Because when you was a soul man, when you was a soul brother and sister, you was coming into your own, expressing your own uniqueness, being who you are. And there's nothing wrong with being who you are. I don't want nobody else leftovers. I don't want nobody else hand me down. I love my mama. I don't want, do you know there are rich people's children who don't want the money? They want to show I can get rich on my own, or whatever I get, I'm perfectly happy in what I get. I want to do it for me. This is what I earn. They don't care about what mom and daddy had. That's what mom and daddy had. I can do it myself. And if the only thing I can do is make $20,000 a year, I'm happy with that. That's mine. Mom and daddy can't say, and see, if you don't own the history, you don't control that history, then the people that own that history and control that history, they can call you fake. And that's why people always will come to you and say, you're a fake African. You're a fake Moor. You're a fake Hebrew. You're a fake Muslim. Because they the real thing. And you pretend. You're a pretender. And you can't call them, how can you argue with them? They are the real. You are trying to be like them. They're not trying to be like you. Now, since I control the narrative of soul brother and sister, I can tell you whether you're a soul brother or sister or not, because I control this. I'm the definer of this. I run this. But when you allow yourself and submit to the power of somebody else, then you have to submit to what they define as African. And even the people on the continent don't even like the word African. They tell you, I'm a Zulu, I'm Congolese, I'm from Ethiopia, I'm Somali. They are specific. They say, yeah, I'm an African, but I'm Somali. I'm from Ethiopia, from the Congo. They're gonna be specific. These people are never specific, and they want to come to you and me and get angry and spit and pee on themselves and take a dump on the ground because you don't want to be African. It's not the fact that I don't want to be African. I know I'm not that. Because if I was an African, I could tell you exactly who I am. I could tell you I'm a Zulu. I'm not going to look crazy out here being a hashtag NOS African, not otherwise specified. I'm not otherwise specified Aboriginal. I'm not specified African. These people should be shaming themselves. But see, they think they know it all because they listen to the experts. The experts can only talk about what they know. They cannot talk about what they cannot comprehend, and they cannot talk about what they don't know. And so their conclusions is wrong. So that makes you wrong. We got it right. Frederick Douglass, during his time, got it right. You the one messed up, not us. So have all the temper tantrums that you want. It's your prerogative. But on this platform, in this house, we're going to keep it real. We're going to embrace reality. And we're going to love our own unique self. And that's the uniqueness of my talk. And now, should he wish to add on to the conversation, I have online, I think he's still there.
Yes, sir.
We have our soul brother Taalik, and not to, I'm going to wait a few minutes after this broadcast. I'm going to play live, show on the screen, brother Taalik's latest video, and I hope that y'all stay tuned and check out what our brother Taalik had to say. So on that note, I pass the mic to our brother Taalik.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. With that said, man, basically, brother said it all, just about, all I just wanted to do was add on to the point was that, if I'm not African, then that means I don't deserve to live. If I got to be on a slave plantation, right? That means, shoot, I deserve to be oppressed then, right? Because I say I'm not African. I mean, what kind of sense do that make?
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is this here. To those of you that feel as though that you have to degrade people, despise people, or ostracize people because they don't want to be African, well then, I don't know what else to tell you. But just to take it with a grain of salt and move on. Because with them not wanting to be African, they ain't going to take no skin off your back.
Right.
And I'm sure it ain't going to take no skin off their back.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it shouldn't really be no big issue. But unfortunately, because a lot of our brothers and sisters of soul, which is thousands of them in this country,
yeah, they
have that mindset that they just can't let bygones be bygones. If you reject their African ideology, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, my thing is this: is that and I mean, with them getting angry because someone is rejecting their ideology, ain't gonna change a damn thing.
Yeah.
And ain't gonna stop these racist peckerwoods from blowing your head off in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't gonna stop our soul brothers and sisters wherever we at in America from getting lynched. It ain't gonna stop us from getting discriminated on the job, or get discriminated in housing, or getting gerrymandered, which is discriminating and voting. It ain't gonna stop none of that. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't gonna stop more and more other brothers and sisters among millions of our brothers and sisters being incarcerated in these jails and penitentiaries across America, especially the ones that's in there, for crimes that they didn't commit. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So I mean, it's like, when you think about this kind of stuff, I mean, what the hell do it matter because somebody don't want to be African?
Right.
I mean, really. I mean, just you really need to really understand what you're saying. When you calling people monkeys and coons,
mm-hmm.
just like the racists refer to the African as.
Mm-hmm.
You just regurgitating the same damn thing. Just because somebody say they don't want to be African. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So, my thing is this here, is that, you need to just understand that we are in the same boat, like the brother said. about the Jew. We are in the same boat, whether we want to be Africans or Hebrews or Moors. As far as these Peckerwoods is concerned, we still the N-word.
Right.
That's the bottom line. We still the N-word in whatever other negative connotation according to their opinion of us come along with that, you see. And that's the reality of it. Long as we're living under the foot of their rule here in America. That's just going to be the reality of that. Ain't no way, I don't care what you think, what you say. Long as you under the footstool of slave master, you still a nigga. Even if you don't look at yourself as a nigga, you gonna be regarded and treated as a nigga.
That's right.
You see, I hope you ain't missed what I just said. With that, I'll pass the mic back to the brother.
Okay. Got a little action on my Facebook here. Somebody wanted me to make a shout out from Facebook. Can you shout out Apex Detailing? Oh, okay. I guess that's a business. Apex. Okay, we shouting out Apex Detailing. Okay, it's a business. I assume that's a business. Somebody want to get some free advertising. Hey, where our money at? Get them free advertising. Apex, I don't even have any information about Apex Detailing. You know, what city, state, where you at. But anyway, I want to just shout out to Apex Detailing because we're almost done here. Actually, we are done. I want to thank, actually, this broadcast was sponsored by Apex Detailing. Okay. With that said, we're going to go ahead and get out of here and close down this broadcast. I want to thank our soul brother Taalik, and give me about a half an hour or hour. We're going to broadcast his video in just a minute here. I'm going to share it. It's going to be live. I'm going to share it here on the screen. And hope that you stick around and support Brother Taalik. And this thing that we're going through here is really, I don't understand it. Our priorities is all messed up. We have people dying and suffering, homeless, and we're going to waste energy and conversation talking about Gayle King because she disrespected Kobe Bryant about something that he actually done. He's not guilty of it, but he still laid down with a white woman. So who cares? Kobe Bryant died with the people he really cared about. There was nobody dark-skinned like me on the helicopter or you. He died with white folks. So what's the big deal? And I just saw a video that Tariq Nasheed made not too long ago. He put Kobe Bryant on the coon train. Now all this whole uproar, you know, disrespect black men. That's really what it's about. This is about an opportunity for these women haters to come out and attack a woman. That's what the whole thing really is about. To attack a woman. I don't see them threatening George Zimmerman. It was a sister, she made the video, and she said since 1999, I think, since 1999 to the year 2014, almost 100 black men, women, and children have been shot down by racist Peckerwood cops, and none of them went to jail. They got off scot-free. Where's your outrage? But you want to talk about and have all this outrage because Gayle King and Oprah attacking black. Hell, I'll attack your happy ass too. You're not acting like no men. The only thing these guys do is come on social media and they whimper and they cry and they have, I am so ashamed to be a part of the black male gender. All thing they do is they complain about women. A 5-hour live stream about women's weaves. Who the hell in their right mind? I haven't even seen a woman do that yet. I haven't seen the sisters have a 5-hour live stream talking about some weaves and wigs or whatever. This is what the men do. This is what the men do. Are you serious? I want to see the ones who murder us down in the street brought to justice. That's what I want. I want to see us, we are going to be equal in this nation, or I want to see us get the hell out of here. That's what I want. The Gayle King interview, I don't give a, that's not on my, I don't care about that stuff. It don't mean nothing to me. When men are doing what they're supposed to do, and not like Kobe Bryant, run around because you're a famous basketball player, sleeping with Caucasian women, knowing they're going to, Kobe is not stupid. He heard the stories how Caucasian women scream rape. You dumb enough to put yourself in that situation. Don't look at, I don't have no sympathy for that. And the only reason why Kobe was able to get out of that, because he had a lot of money. That's it. If it was you and me, we'd be rotting in jail right now. And like King Noble said, that's a fact. That's a fact. Our priorities all messed up. You keep talking about building a nation. How are you building a nation and you concentrating on Gayle King? And then she's an old woman. Gayle King and Oprah are going to be 70 years old in just a minute. Y'all having a happy time and bragging because you're making death threats against a senior citizen. What the hell? Woo! Embarrassing, embarrassing. It's truly embarrassing. Snoop Dogg. Now, see, I'm going to tell you. Now, outright, quite honest. Now, you got some senior citizens, Snoop Dogg talking all that stuff. Now, you got some sisters that's old like Gayle, close to 70, and if Snoop Dogg said that crap in their face, he'll get pistol whipped. and like King Noble said, that's a fact. Everybody don't go for that stuff. Anybody can come on video and talk a lot of noise. You ain't gonna say that. And Snoop Dogg was real careful in what he said because he don't want to get caught up and go to jail. Because y'all a bunch of cowards. And then he's making these insinuations, hoping that somebody out there would take action, but he's not going to do a damn thing. So when you go to jail and do something stupid for trying to do something to Gayle King, do you think Snoop going to pay your legal fees? All thing going to do is smoking that blunt. Like, damn, that nigga messed up. he looking at life. God. Snoop ain't gonna, he's not gonna come and do a concert for you when you're in prison or nothing. Keep listening to these retards. See, that's what's wrong with the pro-black mindset. They are delusional, insane. It just makes you, your thinking is all warped. On that note, let me get out of here. Thank you for listening. Thank you, Rowan. Thank you, Legend, as always. Thank you, Brother Taalik. Like I say, I will be playing live Brother Talib's new video in about a half an hour, and give you a chance, give you a break, come back, listen to him. I don't think his video is that long. Support the brother. And until next time, and I want to do the video about bringing black male, black woman bashers down the sides. I want to do that video maybe next Sunday or the Sunday after that. I'm not really sure, but I'm going to, right now it's scheduled toward the end of the month. So I want to do that video because these women haters, I don't like them. pro-blacks and these women hating Negroes. All thing they do is cry and whimper, and the woman do this. Yeah, the women. That's why we can't get to do nothing because the woman did. It's so pathetic. They're a bunch of cowards. I'm telling you, it's that Similac milk. That's probably what. Because I always ask these guys, was you raised on Similac milk? They never answer. See, because if you was not raised on your mother's breast, that means you don't have that connection to womanhood. Your connection is to that plastic baby bottle, to that chemical can. And so you don't have that connection to motherhood. Because if you had that connection to motherhood, I don't see how you could even though we have been indoctrinated to see women as an inferior and all that type of stuff, but when you raised on your mother's breast, on that mother's milk, you still got that love for womanhood. And I don't care if it's a white woman, Chinese woman, well, you just love woman, you just got, because that's mama, that's where you come from. I've never seen these guys supposed to be men that hate women. So if you don't like women, y'all must like that man booty. They must, brother Taalik, they must think that's because if you because if you don't like women, the way these guys be expressing themselves, they must look. They must like that ding-a-ling. Yeah, they must like ding-a-ling, and I ain't talking about ringing a bell either.
Talking about that Polish sausage.
Because if you don't like women, you got to like men, or boys, or girls. See, we're dealing with a bunch of freaks, and that's why if they do mess with women, they want to find a woman that's the most timid, the most submissive they can, so they can do anything they want to them. They don't want nobody that'll stand up when you're wrong, put you in check. Hey, you can't do that. They don't want nobody with some strength. They want somebody who they can just push over, so they can be the slave owner. So your wife can say, "Yes, sir, boss. I got your grits on the table and your eggs and your turkey bacon, and I washed all your kids for you." That's who they want. They want a slave. They don't want a woman. They want a slave. So again, on that note, thank y'all for listening. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you for allowing us to use your platform. Thank you for those who are listening to this video now and those who will do that later. Thank you, YouTube, for allowing us to use your platform, even though YouTube be tripping, flagging stuff, whatever. But it's their platform. We use it as long as we can. Thank you, Ramen Legend, Soul Brother Taalik. Thank you, Brother Gary and Charles, and I think somebody else that called me their uncle in the in my Facebook. Nephew, niece. I'm your uncle, or maybe you just calling me uncle. I don't know. But we'll catch y'all on the flip. As Don Cornelius always used to say in parting, I wish us love, peace, and so we already 5,000.
And with that said,